Welcome everyone to another Kuta worksheet tutorial. We're doing a rather difficult worksheet today called complex fractions. This is when you have fractions inside of fractions, also known as nested fractions, so I'll write that in there also. But these are really tricky for most people, but I'm going to break it down and make it as simple as possible. So really it's a four-step process. You have to simplify the numerator and denominator first so that it's only there's no addition or subtraction. So that's what I mean. Let me add that in here. No addition or subtraction in the numerator or the denominator. Then we're going to change it to a division problem. We're going to use keep, change, flip rules, essentially change it into multiplication, and then we'll simplify from there. So if we're going to look at number one, you'll notice that the numerator is already simplified. It's just a number, no addition or subtraction. But the denominator is not. So that's the first thing we're going to do, is we are going to change this denominator. So how do we do that? Well, essentially we need to do this this problem here. We need to do this subtraction problem. In order to do this subtraction problem, we have to find a common denominator. So we need to change this second fraction into one that matches the denominator of the first. So clearly the common denominator is going to be 4. So how do we get 4? Well, we had to multiply this 2 times 2, so we also have to multiply the top times 2 to get 6. So really this problem, the denominator is going to be 3 over 4 minus 6 over 4, and we get negative 3 over 4. Now I'm going to rewrite the problem, so maybe I should have wrote that. Rewrite and change to division. So let's go ahead and rewrite it. 4 over negative 3 over 4. Notice how this 4 stayed the same, but then we changed the denominator to the simplified version where there's no addition or subtraction of multiple fractions. Now, what do we do from here? We're going to change this to division. So instead of 4 divided by, okay, so we're going to change this guy to division. We're going to rewrite this problem as 4 divided by, and then negative 3 over 4. All right, we're done with that step now. So now our final step is to keep, change, flip. So that's when we keep the first, we are going to change the second to multiplication, and then we flip the last one into the reciprocal. So this has become negative 4 over 3. This is going to change to multiplication, and this is going to stay or keep as 4. I like to, when I'm multiplying fractions, I like to make both fractions, so I just multiply the top times the top, the bottom times the bottom, and I get negative 16 over 3. Simplify if I can. This is the most simplified it gets, and there's my final answer. So it's not that bad, but it takes a while to do each one of these problems. Let's go ahead and work on a more complicated one. So this one's actually fairly simple. I'll do this one real quick. The numerator is already in a common denominator, so I'm just going to add the numerator together to get 6 over 4, and then divide it by 4. We're going to change this to be the division sign, so this becomes 6 over 4, and then this becomes divided by 4. I'm going to keep, change, flip now, so I keep this guy the same. What color did I use? I think I used green for the first one, so I'm going to keep this guy the same. 6 over 4. I'm going to change this to multiplication times, and then I'm going to flip 4. Technically it's over 1 to become 1 over 4. Now when I simplify this, I get 6 over 16. Now technically what you could do is you could cross cancel or reduce before that, so I'm going to actually do that and show you how to do that instead. So then we have 3 times 1 after I reduce it over 8, 2 times 4. And that's my final answer, 3 over 8. Okay, let's do one that's a little bit more tricky. Number 3 definitely looks more tricky because we need to find a common denominator between those two. Often that involves multiplying the 2 together to find a common denominator. In this case, I think that might be the smallest number between them. The GCF. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to find the least common multiple between 25 and 16. In that case, I think we just have to multiply the 2 together, unfortunately. So 25 times 16, well, 25 times 4 is 100, so times that by 4 is 400. So we're going to have to find, what I'm doing here is, first, this guy's fine. I'm leaving him alone. Okay, I'm going to change this later. What I'm trying to do is simplify this. I'll change this to purple. So these are not common denominators, and one is not a factor of the other. So that's what that mental process you just heard was me trying to find a factor between 25 and 16. And it is 400. So we need to change that one to 400 minus this one over 400. So now, what do we multiply each one of these to get 400? Well, we had to multiply 25 times 16 and this times 25. So we have to do the same thing to the top for both of these. 2 times 16 is 32, and then 5 times 25 is 125. Once we subtract these, this one's a doozy of a problem. Once we subtract these, we get 90 over 400. We get 90... What is that, 93? Plus 32? Yes, that is. Okay, so we get 93 over 400. I do not think they have a common factor. So we're just going to leave that as 93 over 400. Right there. Now we're going to keep change flip. No, I mean, technically we're going to change this to divide. Or we could just go to keep change flip right here. We're going to keep this. We're going to flip this to become multiplication, and we are going to flip this to become the reciprocal. So this is going to be 93. Oops, sorry, that's wrong. We change this to multiplication, and this is going to become 400 over 93. We can actually cancel, I think 400 is divisible by 5. Would it be 80, I believe. 80 times 5 would be 400. So we're going to cross cancel this 5 and the 400. So this is going to be 80. And I don't think the 4 and the 93 have a common factor. So what we're going to do is just multiply the top times the top, bottom times the bottom. So if we have 4 times 80, that's 320 over 93, and that's our final answer. Okay, let's do 2 more, and then I'm actually going to do a part 2 of this video because these are a little bit more complex down here, and I've already introduced the basics, so it should be a little bit quicker. Let's go to the first one with variables here. So same deal, they have a common denominator. Well, this is fine. We're going to leave him at the top, keep the divide symbol. We see that we have a common denominator, so we're just going to add the top together. 3 plus 1 is 4 over x. So this becomes 4 over x. We're going to keep change flip. So this becomes x over 1 times x over 4. So we get x squared over 4 is our final answer. So that one's pretty simple, but sometimes with variables people get confused. Let's do one that's a little bit more tricky. So how about this one? This one's fine. It looks like there's addition and subtraction, but it's all in one fraction. So this one's actually fine. We're going to leave him the way he is. So we're going to leave him alone in the numerator, and we're going to focus our attention on the denominator. So let me leave him there. Close enough. Now, they don't have a common denominator in the denominator, so we need to find least common multiple. In this case, is 25 because 5 is a factor of 25. So really, we just need to change this guy, and we need to multiply this by 5 and this by 5. In the bottom, we're going to have 25 minus 16 over 25. This one's going to stay the same. And then we have to do 16 times 5, which I'm going to have to do real quick. 5, 8, 80. So you have 80 minus 16. That's going to give us 64 over 25. Can't be reduced. But now we have the problem, which is 16 over m minus 1. And I'm going to flip this already. I'm going to change this to multiply, and then I'm going to flip this to be the reciprocal, which is 25 over 64. Again, the original problem would have been written like this, divided by 64 over 25, but I kept change flipped, and that's what I get. Well, first off, I can do some cross-canceling here. I'm going to cancel the 16 with the 64. 16 goes into 64 4 times. And then I'm just left with 25 in the top, 25 times 1. And then I have m minus 1 times 4. M minus 1 times 4. So there's 2 ways to express it. That's one acceptable way. or you can distribute and get 4m minus 4 as your final answer. That's all there is for this part 1 of complex fractions. If you want to stick around for part 2 and see some more complicated ones, stick around. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.